Godzilla doesn't have thumbs, but you know what he does have? A tail. And a monkey without a tail is just sad.
Well, first, I'm not even going to address the fact that Austin said that monkeys without a tail are sad, even though that King Kong is a gorilla and gorillas don't have tails. So even though he might have offended an entire species of animal, I'm not even going to make that an issue today. I won't even bring it back up.
Hello, everybody. Welcome again to another Three Wise Men Media Debates. Here at Three Wise Men Media, we like to argue sometimes and like to see what's better. And with March 31st around the corner, and you know what that means, monster fans, that it's going to be Godzilla versus Kong. And for this Three Wise Men Media debate, we have Austin and Tyler. Normally in a debate between Godzilla and King Kong, you'd obviously think who would win in a fight. That's boring. We want to spice it up, do something different, ask the tough questions. The questions maybe you guys haven't thought of. Maybe you didn't know Godzilla would be better at this kind of thing than King Kong, or vice versa. Let's go with Tyler. Give us opening statements. Why is King Kong the best, the favorite? El numero uno.
King Kong is the best. He's better than Godzilla, and this is why. Godzilla is called Godzilla. He's not called King anything, but he runs around with the title of King of the Monsters. If that was true, then anybody could just walk around England with, my name is Pete Davidson, and I'm the King of England, and you don't have a title to go with it. But guess what? That's not how the real world works. Godzilla is not the King of the Monsters. The King of the Monsters is King Kong. Also, King Kong surfaced in 1933, and he's American. Greatest country in the world. I don't know if you can see that flag back there. Where's Godzilla from? Not that Japan's a shabby country, because Japan's a great country full of great people, a very prideful nation, but it's not the USA. Godzilla doesn't have thumbs. King Kong has thumbs. I rest my case.
All right, Austin, opening statements about Godzilla.
All right, I'm going to give some claps to Tyler right there. That was pretty good. Pretty good. Godzilla is more than just King of the Monsters. You could argue he does have a title of God. The one thing bigger than a king. He's also dope friends with the Queen of the Monsters, Mothra. You also got Rodan and Anguirus in there. And you know what? Godzilla is an American. That's cool because we like to culture ourselves. Godzilla's from the land of Japan, where we get Pikachu and Samara. Check out that Would You Die, shameless plug. Boom. Godzilla doesn't have thumbs, but you know what he does have? A tail. And a monkey without a tail is just sad.
Wow. Strong case for each monster. I'm excited to see where this goes with Godzilla versus King Kong. Let's dive in. You ready for the first question? Let's go with Tyler first. Who would make a worse dental patient? Godzilla or King Kong?
By far, Godzilla would be a worse dental patient. He's not very well behaved. He shows up. He's a good guy. He fights on the side of humans one time, and then the next time he's fighting against humans, and they got to get a bug to wrap him up in some sort of webbing. Caterpillars do it. So, I mean, the fact that you have to restrain Godzilla in that way tells you all you need to know about what kind of patient he was. He's got a lot of teeth. I can't imagine that if you were a dentist, you'd be enjoying cleaning all of those teeth. Whereas King Kong, you know, he's a gorilla, so he's going to have standard gorilla teeth. So yeah, definitely for sure Godzilla. Oh, and his atomic breath. Come on, King Kong doesn't have atomic breath.
All right, Austin, who would be the worst dental patient?
You know, those are really good points, but I'm going to have to go with King Kong on this one. With the reason being, what do they eat? Godzilla eats nuclear. I don't know what that means. You don't know what that means. But I'm pretty sure the dentist would be fine with that. King Kong doesn't just eat bananas. He eats people. If I'm a dentist, I don't want to see people remains when I'm like cleaning teeth. I'd rather much see like put on a hazmat suit and deal with nuclear than see the remains of Jimmy Bob. But that's just me.
I would like 30 seconds to rebut, 8 seconds to rebut.
Go ahead, Tyler. Go ahead.
I'm going to appeal to you dentists watching at home. Austin just laid out a lot of things here, saying that you would much rather look at human remains than deal with radioactive breath. I saw Chernobyl, Austin. I don't know if you saw Chernobyl. Those poor men melted to death, and I'm sure any Godzilla-fearing dentist in the world would know that you don't want to get melted by Godzilla, bro.
Austin, would you like to respond?
Yes, you're making a lot of assumptions, which I did too, but you called me out, and I think that's not right.
Things are getting heated over here at the Godzilla vs. King Kong debate with Three Wise Men Media, and that brings us to the next question. Who would you trust to be the general manager of your McDonald's? Let's go with Austin.
Oh, you know who my answer is gonna be. Of course, I'm gonna trust the Big G. Look at Godzilla's managing style. What does he manage? The monsters. So if he can handle folks like Ghidorah, like, I'm pretty sure he can handle a bunch of teenagers just trying to make some money. Second, Godzilla would not deal with any crap given by, like, drunken hooligans trying to get a McDouble at 1 a.m. Godzilla's be like, get your food and get out. Plus, I don't know if King Kong can cook. Like, I don't want bananas on my McChickens.
All right, Tyler, general manager of McDonald's. Who are you choosing?
The answer here is clearly King Kong, because not only is he King Kong, he's the king of flavor. He knows what human beings want. Godzilla rampages through Tokyo, people screaming, people crying, fire breath everywhere. King Kong fell in love with a woman, a human woman. So he knows what women want, and he knows what humans want, which is flavor. And King Kong would be in the kitchen experimenting with flavor. He's got fingers, he's got digits, so he can grab different things. He can do little pinches of seasonings and stuff like that to make sure that our McDonald's ups their flavor game. And also, Austin made a good point of Godzilla being able to manage all the monsters and stuff like that. But teenagers, what are teenagers but creepy crawlies? And King Kong had so many creepy crawlies to deal with. He's also the king of flavor.
All right, wow. I'm excited to see this next question, see what you guys come up with. Tyler, who would make a better stand-in for the Statue of Liberty?
Oh, clearly it'd be King Kong. You already know what my answer is going to be, and I'll tell you why. Because Godzilla is a destructive force that comes into Japan. He's a native of Japan, comes in and just starts wrecking things. He just destroys things. He tears it down from the inside. He doesn't want Japan to get any better. He just wants to destroy everything. King Kong comes from Skull Island. And what does that make him? He comes over on a boat across the ocean. He's an immigrant. King Kong comes to this country as an immigrant. And the Statue of Liberty greets the immigrant population as they come into the great country that is the United States of America. And King Kong would be an even better symbol than the Statue of Liberty, I would argue, because the Statue of Liberty is just this amorphous woman given to us by the French, whereas King Kong is an immigrant living the American dream. He starts out as an enemy to the people. The people don't understand his ways. They don't understand his culture. They want to put him in chains. But then he fights his way to being one of the most beloved characters in American culture. And now he's the good guy in the Godzilla versus King Kong movie. What other story could you tell that's more American than that?
All right, Austin, who would make a better stand-in for the Statue of Liberty?
King Kong would make a better stand-in. Because Godzilla's needed to protect the Earth. When bad monsters come up and aliens come down, who is going to protect us? Godzilla doesn't have time to be standing around for a statue. Godzilla would just yeet the statue at the monsters. So, yeah, King Kong would definitely make a better stand-in. Like, maybe runner-up protector if he's lucky, if Mothra's got nothing better to do that day. Godzilla's got better things to do.
Awesome. All right. On to the next question. Who would be a better babysitter for 3 children ages 15, 8, and 3 years old? Tyler, you go first.
Oh, gosh. Clearly, it's going to be King Kong on this one because for the 15-year-old, King Kong has an edge to him. King Kong didn't take crap when people were shooting him on top of the Empire State Building. He can clearly relate to women if it's a teen girl. He could also maybe even give, if it's a teen boy, he could give advice to the teen boy about how to pick up women, because King Kong literally picks up women. And then, whatever other proclivities the child may have, King Kong can fill that role. And then if you're talking about the 8-year-old, I mean, if you're an 8-year-old boy, there's nothing cooler than giant monsters, particularly gorillas, because gorillas are the best animal on the planet. And then if you're a 3-year-old, I mean, he's a cute furry creature that you can cuddle with and snuggle with. I mean, he covers all of the bases. He can tell the kids about New York City if he wants to, but also he has that sort of down home feeling of, you know, growing up on Skull Island, a dirt poor giant monkey.
All right, Austin. Babysitting children ages 15, 8, and 3. Who are you going with as the babysitter?
It's gotta be Godzilla. I don't know if you guys ever saw a little movie called Son of Godzilla. Basically, this little bullied boy becomes friends with the son of Godzilla, and Godzilla teaches them both the magic of standing up for yourself and not being bullied. Oh yeah, Godzilla knows how to teach. And what were the ages again? 3, 9, 15, doesn't matter. When you're 3, what do you like? Big lizard. When you're 9, what do you like? Big lizard. 15, big lizard. 36, big lizard. 52, big lizard. 97, big lizard. I can go on, but us humans don't live that long. When King Kong comes over to babysit, I'm gonna be checking my phone every once in a while, make sure he didn't eat one of my kids. Godzilla, the biggest thing I gotta worry about is, did they watch too much wrestling today? Which, you know, never enough. Godzilla's the babysitter for me.
I need 8 seconds to respond to that.
Tyler, go ahead. 8 seconds to respond.
I feel it real rich that he's defending Godzilla as a champion of anti-bullying when Godzilla is one of the biggest bullies in the monster universe.
Austin, would you like to respond?
He's only a bully if you lose.
I had to do a mic drop there. Wow. Things are getting hot and heavy, heated over here at Three Wise and Media Debates. If your house was infested by 1,000 of 1-inch Godzillas or King Kongs, which would be more annoying? Austin, you get to go first.
That's a good question. So I'm thinking that King Kong would definitely be far more annoying if I had like 1,000 little King Kongs, because like they can climb. So it's not just watching my step, make sure I don't step on the little guys. I have to look up at the ceilings. They're going to be knocking down like my glasses and my Funko Pops. A bunch of little King Kongs is like having a bunch of little Jerrys just all over, and you feel like Tom. That's what it's going to be like. It might be fun at first. I'll admit it. That might be kind of fun at first, but it just gets annoying.
Strong words from Austin. Tyler, 1,000 1-inch Godzillas or King Kongs. Which one's going to be more annoying in your house?
Randy, it's a clear choice for the audience here. Godzilla would be far more annoying. King Kong, have you ever heard of helper monkeys? They help people with disabilities. And that's what you have in your house. You have 1,000 helper monkeys. That's what King Kong brings to the table. What does Godzilla bring to the table? I've never heard of a helper lizard. I've never heard of a helper Gila monster. I've never heard of those things. So Godzilla doesn't bring much to the table. He'd be so annoying because here's the thing. What does Godzilla have that King Kong doesn't? The one thing he has is atomic breath. Now, in small doses, that's probably not a problem. But just like we had the debate earlier about the dentists, they have to wear lead vests when they do x-rays. Now imagine 1,000 little atomic breaths hitting you in the leg. We have kittens that scratch your legs when you're trying to give them food. Imagine if Godzillas need a little bit of food and 1,000 of them start melting your thigh bone. If anything, having 1,000 King Kongs would be helpful and improve your life.
Wow. I gotta say, this debate has been incredible. I've learned way more about Godzilla and King Kong than I would have ever liked to. But either way, it's been so much fun. Austin, do you have any closing statements?
Now, first off, I want to say that we love both monsters, because let's be real, they're great. But there can only be one winner, and that winner has got to be Godzilla. Just thinking about him right now chokes me up. You know what I'm saying? The hero that we could all look up to when we were little, defending us from the likes of Ghidorah, Mechagodzilla, the weird kaiju with the red eye and the buzzsaw in his stomach and like the little Gigan. Well, you guys know who I'm talking about. Godzilla has always been there, from cartoons to the GameCube to now, when he's got to teach King Kong a lesson. Godzilla is one of the most consistent, if not the most consistent movie character of all time. That's my ode to Godzilla.
Austin, that was incredible. Thank you so much. Tyler, your turn. Closing statements on King Kong.
You know, I would just like to echo Austin's sentiments that both of these monsters are equally heroic, are equally righteous in their battles, and you can't really go wrong when you pick here. So what does this boil down to? What does this whole debate boil down to? Well, to me, it's a simple question of East versus West. You have Godzilla in the East, the Japanese hero, the Japanese legend, or you have the homegrown country boy, the hero with an immigrant story, King Kong. He came across the ocean on a boat like so many of our ancestors did before us. He established a foothold and grabbed the hearts of a country. He established himself on the top of the Empire State Building in the biggest city in the world, the home to so many Americans. And here we are today, in front of an American flag, and God is my witness. King Kong is the choice.
You two should be so proud of yourselves. That was a great, hard-fought debate. And I have to say, on March 31st, whether if it's in theaters or on HBO Max, I'm going to see Godzilla vs. King Kong, thanks to you two debating. Now, you may be asking, who won this debate? I don't know. It's up to you guys at home. Whether you comment or vote, you have to let us know. Who do you think won this Three Wise Men Media debate? Was it Austin with Godzilla? Was it Tyler with King Kong? I personally think that it's the viewers that won this debate, because this was incredible content, so much fun, and I can't wait to do another one of these with Three Wise Media debates. Well, if you like what you see, make sure you like, share, subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Check out either Austin's Would You Die videos, where he looks over the movie monsters and villains of pulp culture, or Elk, the friendly neighborhood time-traveling caveman, and the cinematic wrestling and the Elk show. Well, I've been Randy with Three Wise Men Media Debates, and see you next time. Try not to die. And let's hear it for me!